I'm kind of amused with the little sweater where we are right now because I realized it looks like a little muscle shirt at this point. So we better get some sleeves on this pronto. Okay, let's look at what we have right now. You can ignore this button band. This piece out happens to be ready for the next segment, but you're not there yet. You have just raw edges like this on your cardigan fronts. But we have the sleeve stitches reserved here on scrap yarn. You've finished knitting the body, the stripes, and the 2x2 ribbing, and now it's time to go back and work these sleeves. Okay, everything is held nicely on this scrap yarn. I'm going to take a double-pointed needle and slip it into these stitches, each one as if to purl. And you want to divide the total number of stitches roughly by 3. So we're going to put these stitches onto 3 needles. And one of the reasons it's good to use sock yarn, as I showed you in the last video, or in one of the previous videos, I use sock yarn because it's so fine that it's not going to make a difference that I have both the needle and the sock yarn in there at the same time. And I'm not counting, I'm just guessing about what a third of the stitches would be. Okay. We're using 4 double-pointed needles. We're using 3 in the work, and the 4th one is the empty one that we're going to knit with. There's the last stitch. The last stitch sometimes gets buried and you have to pull it out. Okay, so now I can break this sock yarn and slide it out, and all my stitches are secure on here. I'm going to start this pattern. Raglan sweaters do vary here. We cast on 3 at the underarm right here, so we're going to pick up 3 extra stitches here at the underarm. I'm going to start in the very center of this underarm area and attach my yarn, leaving about a 6-inch tail. Pull that through, that counts as 1. Put my needle into the second spot, pull it through, that counts as 2. That looks good, nothing's pulling too much. And then I'm going to knit across all of the other stitches. And when you're working with DPNs, remember that you are still, you have a lot going on here. Someone were to look at this, they would say, that looks crazy. But you're still only knitting with 2 needles at a time, just like always. The other 2 needles just hang out and wait for you to get to them. And we do this so that we can knit in a tiny tube. Okay. Now, what I wanted to demonstrate is that I have an empty needle, because I just finished knitting across that first one. My next needle is always to the left of my working yarn. Here's my working yarn, here's my next needle. I use the empty one in my right hand to knit across the next needle. And then again, here's my working yarn. My next needle is to the left of my working yarn. I put the empty needle in my right hand to work across these stitches. Now, once I've gone all the way around, I picked up 2 stitches under the arm. I need to pick up 1 more, and I'm going to mark that as the beginning of my round, the very center of the underarm. Don't get too caught up in exactly how that goes there. If you start it here as the beginning of your round or here, it's really not that big of a difference. So you're going to continue following the pattern and working the vertical stripes on the sleeves and then switching to 2x2 rib and binding that off. And next up, we're going to learn how to attach the button bands.